Have you ever felt that tiny shiver down your spine when you hear a story that just doesn't add up? A puzzle from the past with missing pieces. Today, we're digging into the world's most baffling archaeological mysteries. These are the stories that have stumped experts for decades, even centuries. So, grab your virtual fedora, because we're about to embark on an adventure into the unknown. First up, let's travel to a remote island in the Pacific. A place you've definitely heard of, Easter Island. We all know the iconic Moai statues, those colossal stone heads staring silently out to sea. There are nearly 1,000 of them. The mystery isn't just who built them, but how. And, perhaps, more importantly, why. These statues weigh up to 80 tons! And the ancient Nui people carved them from a single quarry and then somehow transported them across miles of rugged terrain. Think about that for a second. No wheels, no cranes, no modern technology. Theories range from ropes and log rollers to extraterrestrial help, but the truth is, nobody knows for sure. What compelled this isolated society to pour so much energy into creating this army of stone giants? What message were they trying to leave behind? The silent stares of the Moai offer no answers, leaving us with one of history's most profound enigmas. Now, let's journey from the vast Pacific to the dense jungles of Central America, to the heart of the ancient Maya civilization. The Maya were brilliant astronomers, mathematicians, and architects. They built magnificent cities like Tikal and Chichen Itza, developed a complex writing system, and created a calendar more accurate than the one we use today. And then they vanished. Around the 9th century, their grand cities were abruptly abandoned. The plazas fell silent. The temples were swallowed by the jungle, and the population seemed to simply disappear. What could cause such a sudden and complete collapse? Was it catastrophic warfare between city-states? A devastating plague? Or maybe severe, prolonged drought that led to famine? Archaeologists have found evidence supporting all of these theories, but there's no single smoking gun. It's likely a combination of factors created a perfect storm, but the rapid decline of such a sophisticated civilization remains one of the greatest unsolved puzzles in human history. How does a society at its peak just stop? Next, we're re-heading to the windswept plains of Peru to gaze upon a mystery etched into the very earth, the Nazca Lines. These are enormous geoglyphs, massive designs and figures drawn in the desert soil between 500 BC and 500 AD. There are hundreds of them, depicting everything from simple geometric shapes to complex animals like hummingbirds, spiders, and monkeys. Here is the truly mind-bending part. These figures are so large that they are only fully recognizable from the air. This begs the question, how did the Nazca people create such precise, large-scale drawings without being able to see them from above? And who are they for? Were they offerings to the gods in the sky? A giant astronomical calendar marking the movement of stars. Some have even speculated they were ancient runways for alien spacecraft. While that last one is a bit of a stretch for most archaeologists, the true purpose and method behind the Nazca Lines remain a beautifully preserved, large-scale mystery that we can literally look down on, but still can't fully understand. From the desert floor, let's dive into the depths of the Mediterranean Sea. Near the Greek island of Anak, in 1901, sponge divers stumbled upon an ancient Roman shipwreck. Amongst the treasures they recovered was a corroded lump of bronze that, for decades, sat largely ignored. But when it was finally examined with X-rays, it revealed something astonishing. A complex system of interlocking gears and dials. This device, now known as the Antikythera mechanism, has been called the world's first analog computer. Dating back to the 2nd century BC, it was able to predict astronomical positions, eclipses, and even the four-year cycle of the ancient Olympic Games. The level of mechanical sophistication is unlike anything else from that era. In fact, nothing this complex appears again in the historical record for over 1,000 years. Who had the genius to design and build such a device? Was it a one-of-a-kind invention? Or are there others still lost to time? The Antikythera mechanism completely rewrites our understanding of ancient technology, leaving us to wonder what other secrets the ancient world was capable of. Now, let's travel north to the misty Salisbury Plain in England, to a monument that needs no introduction: Stonehenge. This prehistoric ring of massive standing stones has captured our imagination for centuries. Built in stages between 3000 and 1500 BC, the construction itself is a marvel. The largest stones, called sarsens, weigh up to 30 tons and were dragged from over 20 miles away. The smaller blue stones are even more mysterious, having been traced to quarries in Wales, over 150 miles from the site. How did a Neolithic society accomplish such a monumental feat of engineering and long-distance transport? The purpose is just as debated. Was it a temple for sun worship? A sophisticated astronomical observatory to track the sun? Or a sacred burial ground and place of healing? Evidence points to all of these possibilities. It seems Stonehenge was a place of immense importance for a very, very long time. But the full story, the specific rituals and beliefs that inspired its creation, are secrets the stones have yet to give up. Our final mystery takes us to modern-day Turkey, to a site that has completely upended our ideas about the dawn of civilization, Göbekli Tepe. Before its discovery, we believed that humans first developed agriculture, then settled down in villages, and only then built complex temples and societies. Göbekli Tepe flips that timeline on its head. Dated to around 9600 BC, this site is a vast complex of massive T-shaped stone pillars, intricately carved with animals and symbols. What's incredible is that it was built by hunters, people we thought were nomadic and incapable of such large-scale, organized construction. This temple is 6,000 years older than Stonehenge and 7,000 years older than the pyramids of Giza. It suggests that it might have been the very act of coming together to build a sacred place that spurred humanity towards settlement and agriculture, not the other way around. Why did these early humans build it? What rituals took place here? And why? After 2,000 years of use? Did they deliberately and carefully bury the entire site, preserving it for us to find? Göbekli Tepe is perhaps the most profound archaeological mystery of our time, forcing us to rethink the very origins of human society. From stone giants on a remote island to the world's first computer, these mysteries remind us that the past is not a closed book. It's a living, breathing puzzle that we are still trying to solve. Each discovery gives us a new piece, but sometimes that piece just makes the picture bigger and more complex. What do you think is the answer to these ancient riddles? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed digging into these mysteries with me, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the fascinating corners of our world. Until next time, keep asking questions.